Welcome now. If you just joined us, this is The Conversation. We're reaching you from Kaftan's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. But before we go ahead, let's take our quote. And this one is from Noam Chomsky, who once said, "Everyone's worried about stopping terrorism. Well, there's really an easy way. Stop participating in it." And I absolutely agree with that one. My next quote is from Howard Hussein, who once said, "How can you have a war on terrorism when war itself is terrorism?" Okay, so I will take my next one, and this one is from Malala Yousafzai, who once said, "With guns, you can kill terrorists. With education, you can kill terrorism." Absolutely spot on. Let's see what this quote relates what we'll be discussing today. Very warm greetings and welcome to The Conversation. We're reaching you from Kaftan's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Annabel Orji. Tonight, we'll turn our attention to security matters. What we'll be talking about insecurity or security, depending on the side of the fence you're standing or sitting at the moment. We'll talk about terrorism and how insecurity and banditry, how it's been thriving. And so we go straight to Kaduna, Zamfara, to all of these issues that we've had, the school children that were released and how they were being released, the stories and the hue and cries that we've been seeing on and off social media space. My guest on the show today is Barrister Maigoro, who is a human rights activist, and he is also a lawyer. We'll be talking about terrorism and insecurity today. Welcome to the show, sir.
Welcome. All
right, let's go straight to our conversation for today. We'll start with the kidnapping of at some point, the Kaduna state government came out to say that it was over 200 children were kidnapped, and then later we're told that it was over 100. There's 136 of them that were kidnapped, and then they have been released. And then you have just one teacher who actually lost their lives. Some of them are sick, and then today they've been reunited with their families. And then we've heard so many people say so many things about with regards to their kidnap. Some say that, okay, how is it that you're able to, in fact, you don't even call it rescue, because they were not rescued. If they were rescued, it means that some bandits would have been caught, and then some people say they were just being released. What are your thoughts on all of this?
What is important here is that the duty of government, or primary duty of government, is security, protection of lives and property. As to the children that has been rescued or regained their freedom, as to the method or where and how they regain their freedom or they are released, no need of people to emphasize on that. What is important, let me tell you one thing, when they kidnapped, they abducted them, people were spreading issues that there's no security, that the service chiefs or the leader of the security should resign or should be removed because they don't know they are no capacity, they don't have capacity to carry their duty. And now when they are released, the same security agencies that work hard to be sure that they gain their freedom, and people, no one that is talking about appreciating their effort on what they have done. So if people are saying, which methods have you made or have you followed to rescue these people? I don't think that question is important. What is important is that they have gained their freedom.
Are you saying that it's not important to ask if the bandits have been caught or not?
That's it's a duty of security to know how they have done it. You can't force them to tell you whether or not these are ways they brought the children out from the bandit. No. You can't. It's not necessary. What is important is that the children to be out. It's only then they know. When they are ready to reveal how they rescue them, then they have right to do so. So what I'm trying to say is that look at even the people that are rescued are Nigerian military, Nigerian army. Nigerian army, their role is not, the primary role is not internal affairs of security. Their main duty is external aggression. But you see that when there's any security or matters that happen or there's a mistake in the country as regard to the security issues, you see that we started calling military, Nigerian army, military people, which is wrong. But this military now made their own effort, the defense headquarters itself, they made their own effort to rescue these people, but no one is commending their effort.
But no one has said that they're not commending their effort.
Nobody came out. It's only the governor that commended their effort. Nobody. When they abducted those children, you see the air, the issue on air. There's no security. They don't know what they should remove them. There's this, there's that. But they have not. Let me want this. So security people, at least you can commend their efforts so that they have strength, more strength to protect us, more strength to protect. That's their primary duty, to protect our life and property. So how can you, if you're not appreciating these people, how do you want them to work more? But you are alive. People are there sitting down to see the failure of a leader.
So are you saying that because you're not appreciated, then you should not do your job?
No, that's the job they did. When they abducted these people, the leader of the defense, they were not in the country. But immediately when they came back, they heard about it. They have to catapult themselves to the Kaduna state to make sure that the children are out. All the service chiefs, most of them.
All right. So in fact, there's so many sides to this story that I keep seeing on social media. And then somebody put on her handle, she says, the children were rescued on Sunday, and 178 ashwebi, that's uniforms, was ready on Monday. What are your thoughts on this? I see people sending this, saying that how come it was well prepared for. There's this camaraderie when it comes to when the children will be like they're anticipating they're coming back. So there was this pomp and pageantry waiting for them.
Let me tell you one thing. One of the issues of security is the issue of intelligence. Freedom of human being is this, like I told you. What we say is, if you go to section 14 of the 1999 Code, they're talking about the primary duty of a government is what? Welfare, security and welfare. As the method, as I'm still repeating myself, on how they release, no need for, what is important is that to protect their freedom under from section 33 down to section 46. There's insurance for the security agency to protecting the lives and property and the fundamental human right of the citizen. So if you follow what people are saying in this country, you don't work at all. These people know, as I'm telling you, no one, we have to commend these people. What is important is their life. Their paramount issue is their life that's important for us. As to whether you are challenging or investigating how they release or they prepare for their, of course, they have to think on how to rescue these people safely so that they should not be able to have a problem. Because if you say you're going to fight the terrorists, they will kill them. When they kill them, now what have they done? They have to use their method as an expert in security to be sure that these children are free.
All right, then. So let's still stay on security matters. How exactly do you think, or would you advise? Because now you have, for instance, parents who will say that with all that has happened, my child let's just leave school for now. Let's just let our children stay at home. So what are your advice to such parents? And how do I hear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu reassuring Nigerians that definitely security will be one of their paramount decisions to make. And then they will stay on security, especially for parents who already feel that for now, let's just leave children out of school. So what is your best advice to both parents and the security agencies to ensure that this doesn't keep happening? Because if you return back to, we've seen these things happen, especially in Kaduna State, where we know that it is the military hub. You have so many security agencies found in Kaduna State, but the NDA and a lot of them. But then you still have issues of how this banditry, how they keep moving children in hundreds away, and then you just keep wondering, was there no checkpoint at some point where they were taken away from this recent Kuriga school children taken away from Kaduna and straight to Zamfara bush? How did they manage to escape and no one saw that happen? So how do we ensure that it doesn't happen again?
Like what I'm telling you, the primary duty of government is to protect the rights of the citizen. Mr. President has promised that he has a duty imposed on him to protect our rights and our rights in this country. And what's happened, what the problem we are having in this country is that you see somebody in the community, it's an informant. Sometimes it is we ourselves, we are doing suffering ourselves. We are doing causing problem for ourselves. Because one thing with Nigeria is that they will like selfish interests, that's one. Two, we like I don't care. Three, if something did not happen to you, you cannot even bother to care about or what let me do. if there's the security agency inform people that, well, if you see any informant or you have seen any sign of thing that you do not trust or you do not believe, inform immediately. You cannot just say from today, oh, that is the promise that Mr. President do, that he's going to secure this country. And I'm sure it's one of the things that you take it very serious. Look at now, if you are thinking about abduction of these children that they have done in Korika local government, and now while the defense headquarters have rescued these people, there's the military people. What happened in Delta? In Delta, when they kill the military people, nobody talks. Nobody cares about that issue. So
what do you mean by nobody care about it?
Of course, when they abducted these children, everybody on air, you will see that they say they don't have capacity, they should remove them, they should do this. What I'm trying to say is that justice, if it's ordinarily, the civilians should come out and say, I'm a civilian too, as a human rights activist, but at least I'm talking about the truth. The civilians should come and say, let there be justice for the military people. When they kill this major, do you know the meaning of to kill major in this country? When soldiers fall down, the country will fall down. When they kill these 17 soldiers, so Mr. President give an order, give his own decision that he has given them freedom to go and fetch out those ones that killed. People started shouting, why will you give military freedom? But Mr. President knew that the apex security in this country is military people. Apex, if our military now, civilian can go and kill military, then where do you think this country will stand? This country must fall. So that's the reason why the Mr. President take that issue of Delta very, very serious, to be sure that those that ambushed the military people and killed them, they should face that and face the law. So what I'm trying to say is that if we cannot respect, if civilians cannot respect our securities or cannot respect the Nigerian army, then I'm assuring we have no any other security agency again that's more than a Nigerian army. So the issue of safety in this country, Mr. President has taken it very serious, and that's why meeting upon meeting to see how they are going to tackle this particular problem in this country.
All right, Saleh, you're not answering my question.
What's the question?
My question is that over 100 children were moved from Kaduna State to Zamfara State. They were not, it was not like they disappeared on the thin air. It means that they passed through the road and moved them from one point to another point. So how is it possible that there were no checkpoints to have noticed anything? Does it actually mean that you have rats or you have moles or bad eggs in the basket that must have seen these things happen and did not speak? Apart from the security people, the community people also.
This is what I'm telling you. Community people are also contributing on this issue. How many years a security agency have been saying that once if a civilian, you see something that you do not trust or do not believe, inform the security agency. So you don't expect a security agency, for instance, now, when they are passing, so some security agency, if they see them, they will allow them to go. It's not possible. They are only the ones that know the way they are doing. And that's why the security follow the same way with intelligence. Use the intelligence to bring down these people. So we cannot
So are you saying that from Kaduna to Zamfara, there was no checkpoint, no...
No, they can't follow the road now. They have to follow maybe bush. I don't know how they are doing that thing. But what I'm telling you, security alone cannot do this work alone. They can't do this work alone. Do you know that there are some civilians that are informing those terrorists if the military move or any security move here, their movement, they're informing them their movement, informing them. They are the same people that are even in fact feeding them. Some people, the last time they called people that they are buying food to these terrorist people. So how to do if there's no cooperation between the civilian and the security agencies or military per se, then there won't be a sourcing in this country. You can't allow security agency alone to do this work. It's not possible. They are contributing too. There are some people that are feeding in this business if you don't know. Some people take it as business, and you can see the defense headquarters has even tried to say that they must fish out those people that are funding the terrorists, and they are there doing their best. And that's why they got some of them. They are sponsoring them, but you cannot know those who are sponsoring them. But I'm sure very soon, since the defense headquarters themselves, they said that they are preparing to face those that are supporting these terrorist people because they don't like peace in this country. And so we can commend the leaders of the defense headquarters, especially General C.G. Musa, who is the leader of that defense headquarters, and other services that are working together to be sure that this country is safe. And that is why they do all what they could. They brought out these children from where they hide them, and now they regain their freedom. So what I'm trying to say is that we have to work hand to hand, to support the security agency, we should not be hiding to see their failure, to see their mistakes, to come out and be shouting. It's like a family. Where a family, military, let me tell you one, the old securities, military are the highest, supreme, and the highest security in this country. It's like a family where a father falls or dies or demises. The family dies. If we allow the military to go that way, the country will fall down. So that is why we said that the military are here into internal issue or affairs to assist or to help, because it's not their main primary duty, but to help or assist. But despite that, when there's a problem, you see people criticizing or insulting military, that they are not competent, the services, that they are not competent, they have no capacity to do their duty. And the same people, if there's a problem, they'll call them. I don't even know that this service security agency have time for their families. Yes. Because, for example, that I told you, look at the leader of the defense headquarters, General C.G. Musa. When they abducted these students, they were not in the country. But immediately when he came back, he could not even be able to enter office. The next day, he went to the Kaduna, spent almost 3 days to be sure that these children that they abducted, they have to get their freedom.
All right.
So we have to commend the defense headquarters generally on these particular security issues that they're doing. They are trying.
All right.
Yes.
Nobody say that nobody's trying here.
Yeah.
But I hear you say, when I asked you the question with regards to how they were moved from Kaduna to Zamfara, is it by road, or and you said something about probably they were moved in the bush.
Of course.
But then, if you check Google Map, the shortest distance from Kaduna to Zamfara State airline is 139.37 meters. That's 224.29 kilometers. Driving route is 195.54 meters. That's 14 hours, 16 minutes. The shortest route between Kaduna to Zamfara State is 195.54 meters. So I'm still wondering, how is it possible that they moved? I'm asking that question again. How is it possible that they were able to move over 100 children? If you put them in a bus, no one is able to see to ask, where are you taking these children to? Or if you put them probably in a lorry or something, no one is saying it to ask, where are you taking these children to for this long kilometers?
This is you are saying how they pick them. There is no way they'll follow by route. That is meant to park them in a vehicle and then start moving. With gun, some people that are just abducted, they came into their school and with the gun and then pick them through the bush. It's not possible. This is what I'm telling you. Information is power. We are doing contribute and still emphasize it. We are doing contribute for our problem. So there must be a communal person, a people that are living within that place that are informing these tourists that this is the right, this is the way, this is what you do, this is what you do. The army people or the other security agencies that are protecting us, that this is what they are doing, don't follow here. There must be an informant. So you cannot say maybe they pick them through pick them in the vehicle. No, it's not possible because they must see them. It's not possible.
So then what happened?
Yes, it must be through bush or other places.
From Kaduna to Zamfara,
it's possible. Bush. Of course, it's possible.
Okay.
Because there is these terrorists. Let me tell you one thing: they cannot succeed in anything they are doing without an informant. It's an information they are receiving. They are very, very tight. That is the same information they're using. They're using method to pick children, or that is the reason. That is the method and intelligent security agencies are doing in this country to bring those children back. You don't expect this security agency to come and reveal how they abducted, they rescued those children. It's not possible. What's paramount and important is that they are free. So since they are free, why people questioning on how, where, which method? One thing with Nigeria, as I'm telling you, Nigeria cannot make person to have more strength to work on his own because they are eager to see failure and begin to talk.
Are you saying that?
Of course.
All Nigerians are eager to see failure?
For the leader.
That means it also includes you?
No, I'm speaking the truth. If somebody fail, I will say it. But do what I'm telling you. If somebody fail, you should say it. If somebody try, you should say it. If you know that you cannot say it, keep quiet. You should pray for our leaders. We should all, including me, I should pray for our leaders to succeed. When you pray for somebody, God, the angel will pray for you. In our religion, that's what the religion said. So by the time you do good to somebody or you pray for somebody, the angel will pray for you. So love somebody as you love yourself. That's what the Lord said. So, but this thing that I'm telling you, people are there to feeding or they are benefiting from this insecurity issue, and they will soon be faced. I'm assuring you. That's what the promise that the defense headquarters did. That they must face these people that are feeding or sponsoring this particular terrorist. like I'm telling you, we should not be following the social media and be hearing what people are saying. Some people are saying their own opinion. Some people are saying what suit them. They cannot tell you exactly what happened. How many people have you seen that when they kill soldiers, the same thing in Delta? How many people have they come out and now begin to criticize civilians that killed those army people? Do you know the meaning of major? A major, when you kill a major, it's as if you are killing the country. Because when they are the highest, like I'm saying, the highest security we have in this country is army, Nigerian army. And if Nigeria have problem, this country should have problem.
Barrister Ali, you'd agree with me that you cannot shut the mouth of people.
And but of course, but
you cannot shut people from speaking. You accept that you also have freedom of expression.
Of
That's
course.
what your constitution tells you.
Yes,
so you cannot tell people not to talk.
That's what I'm telling you. They have freedom of expression and opinion. The right we are talking about is from 33 down to 46 that I'm telling you. Expression, if you go to section 39 and then 40 to 40, all these rights are there. People have to express them. But what I'm saying is that those things that they are saying, they are not saying the right thing. They are not saying the good thing. They are saying what will suit them.
That's individual opinion. And they have the rights to it.
That's why I'm advising them. I didn't stop their right. I didn't try to, take their fundamental human right. No, I'm trying to advise them. And let me tell you one thing. By this time now, there's a fundamental human right and the issue of the country. If there's a predicament between the individual or civilian and the issue of the country supersedes. Because if these soldiers now, they are all killed, who are they going to protect us? Who are those people that are going to protect us? Nobody is going to protect us. So we should be shouting for justice for these military people that have been killed. But the Mr. President now gave decision that they should go and face those guys. They should go and face those killers. But people say, no, why will you give military people full freedom? Why won't they give? Because the highest security, they are the one. So we should please be telling ourselves the truth. And those people that are killed, they must be fetched out by the special grace of God. This is what we are saying. So we have to commend the effort of our security agencies, specifically the defense headquarters. They are really trying.
Okay, so let's stay on, since we're talking, you've diverted and we're talking about the Okwama killings. Let's stay on the Okwama killings and then the killing of those soldiers, and then we see that they've been buried, and then there's posthumous honors granted onto them and all of that. And I hear you say that those perpetrators will definitely be fished out, but then we also need to be careful not to so that it doesn't there's no spillover, and then there's killing of innocent people. I remember talking to one of the ex-militant, and then he's leader, and then he stated that some of those people, some of the Okwama people, are still inside the bush. They're dying inside the bush because they cannot return back to their families. So what exactly can be done so that there is no collateral damage?
This investigation is very important. That's why I say that investigating to know if they are to start killing everyone, the innocent people, they will not say that they are doing investigation. Investigation is going on. Anybody that has hand in it, or has, no matter how small it is, he has to be fished out. It is the investigation that they are doing that make it to be delayed, that they are not even getting the outcome. If not, they will have killed everybody there. A soldier, you can insult him right now. I'm telling you, you hold it. Before you know, you come back and do more than that insult. But because they are using intelligence, they have intelligent people that are there. They don't want to kill innocent. They are doing their work to be sure that those people that committed that act or that offense must be fished out. That is the reason why they say they are still investigating the matter. If they are not investigating, they will have flashed out all the community. But they won't do it because we are under democracy. If military people are doing something wrong, I will tell them that they do something wrong. I'm not here to back there. I'm human rights activist. So whatsoever you thought the civilian right, I have to. But where there's a conflict between the two, that is between the apex security agency and the civilian, the apex security agency has to go, because the apex security agency, which are the Nigerian army, are doing protecting the country. That's like I told you. Their primary duty is what? To stand on it as what? External aggression. So if there's a conflict between these few people that they kill, which are the civilian, for us as a human rights lawyer to go and be protecting their right because of the military, it's not possible. They killed and they have to be fetched out. They should face the law. That's how you're supposed to do.
So now, if the job of the army is to protect the country against external aggression, are we downplaying the activities of the police here?
No. The issue is that the primary source, thing is to protect the country entirely. They are here to assist them. That's why they also join as regard to the issue of internal affairs.
That's what I'm asking. So when you have these military troops go into Okwama for peacekeeping, what happened to the police? What happened to
the police also have right to do that. That's why, as I'm speaking with you now, the defense headquarters are joining Operation Hadinkai Task Force. What do you mean by Operation Hadinkai Task Force? Even now, as I'm speaking with you now, they're there doing that the program. Operation Hadinkai Task Force is that all the security agents everyone to come and express his talent to tackle the issue of insecurity.
All right.
Both police, civil defense, all the DSS, all the security agency, the defense headquarters brought out this program. They are still be doing it today. I'm sure they will finish today. They are doing this program to all the security agents to come and put hand, bring their also talent to be sure that we end this insecurity problem. So that means that the military, Nigerian military, they are not ready or they are not here to take away the duty of police. If they are ready to take out the police, they will have not called the Operation Hadinkai. That is all the security to come together and then bring out their talent on the table and to solve the predicament of this country.
Let's go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue this conversation on insecurity with Barrister Aliyu. I'll see you after this time. I'll join us again. If you just joined us, this is The Conversation, reaching you from Kaftan's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. Now we'll go straight to the second leg of the show, and I still have Barrister Aliyu Maigoro, who is a human rights activist and a legal practitioner, and we have been talking about insecurity. Okay, all right, let's go to other matters. Let's talk about I'm sure you must have been following the story about the Binance executive that escaped, Anjawala, and how all the stories around his escape and all of that, and how he was taken away, and from there he was able to escape and travel out all of a sudden. And then you have people who say, I remember seeing one of the, okay, I'm going to take it, I think it's actually from Vanguard newspaper this morning, that says the ex-DSS boss, that's Ejiofor, says that escape of Anjawala is a national embarrassment. What are your thoughts on that?
Everybody that said his thing, he knows the reason why he said that. You cannot answer questions on what somebody said, because there's some questions that you need to respond. If he says it's a national embarrassment, then he has the reason why he says so. But to me, there must be one or two things that made that thing to occur for him to escape. So I cannot comment on that issue as the reason why he says it's a national embarrassment or why he escaped. I can't comment on that.
Okay, so if I ask you personally, what do you think about the escape of Anjawala, the Binance executive who was taken by the security officials in Nigeria, and then he was able to escape? What do you think about it?
And that's what I'm saying. When somebody is arrested or they has arrested him and he escaped, you cannot comment the reason why he escaped until when then the security themselves said what happened. You can't know. Because you're not there, you're not the security agency, so you're not one of them. You cannot say something that, because if you say something that did not happen, then honestly you are degrading your own personality. So it's better for us to know what exactly the security are going to say, so that we'll respond and then follow them. If they say something that is contrary to what we know or what we are thinking happened, then we'll respond then, ordinarily. That's how it's supposed to be.
Let's move to other stories and then talk about the agitation or the calls for state policing. What are your thoughts on that?
State police, to me, is not something that is not supposed to be done. Because when you amend the law and they make a state police, then the governors in this country will control the police. You give them absolute power to do whatever they want to do. But where the commissioner of police now is answerable to federal government, that is the presidency. The governor wants to misbehave, they can remove all the police, like what happened in Kano last time, where the Kwankwaso was a governor. Then something happened there, Goodluck Jonathan withdrew his own security. But I think he has the absolute power to control police. He cannot do it. So it's not something, it's just to recruit more police, more people to enter into police, not that to create a state police. So it's not a good policy at all.
So you're saying that policy is not to...
It's the mitigation of the power of presidency, of course, of the federal government, and which he has absolute control of the country.
But even we've seen that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has actually given thumbs up to state police, even though the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, says no to it. So you're saying that it is not a step in the right direction?
Mr. President is always want to do what people like, even if it's going to hurt, even if it's going to touch him.
Are you saying this is hurting the president?
Even if he doesn't like it, he would like to do what people like it. If they say, if Mr. President is ready to, is answerable or is ready to do what Nigerians want, even if he's going to touch him, because he's there for Nigerians. He says he's ready to protect Nigeria. So if he supports the issue of state police, then so be it. So, but to ordinarily, for one opinion, it's not supposed to be. At all, it's not supposed to be, because the governor will do whatever they like.
So which do you prefer, state police or community policing?
No, community police is very paramount than even state police. Of course.
All right, let's still stay on security and then talk about the military and then the activities of both the police and the military. What exactly would you, if you're given to, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate the activities of our security architecture in Nigeria? What would be your rating? 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest?
When you're talking about the security agency in Nigeria, mostly, like if something happens, you have never heard anyone mentioning police, blaming police. All people are always blaming Nigerian Army. And Nigerian Army, they are trying their best. The defense secretary, like I told you, last week, they started, this week, they started a program called Operation Hiding Kai. That is Operation Hiding Kai Task Force. All the security agencies to come together and bring their own talent to end this security problem, this insecurity problem. Police are also trying their best. We cannot say they are not trying their best. All the security agencies are trying their best. But I'm talking about people that are always, talking about security. It's only one security agency that people are always mentioning, which is the military, Nigeria Army. So they are doing their best, Nigeria Army. The defense headquarters they are doing their best. The leaders of the defense headquarters are doing their best. But I try to see how to bring this problem of insecurity to an end. And that is why they are bringing meeting upon meeting, program upon program to be sure that this predicament has ended. So they did not allow police alone to work internal issue. They also assist and help. In fact, try to even, bring the duty to one-sided issues so that all the police will not say they hijack their duty, because the main primary of duty under Section 4 of Police Act is what is happening, internal issue. But they are joining together, bring their head together to show that this country is cured. So to me, the agency, the most people that work hard is Nigerian military. They work harder than any other security in this country.
Really? Are you saying that they're working harder than the police, the NCDC, the Navy?
Of course. Which police have you ever seen in this, just of reason of this President Bola Tinubu, that because of to protect the life and property of people, to save the country and protect the lives of people, that they kill the agency? Which agency? They rescue themselves. They'll go on their own. If you ask the military man, stand here and protect this thing, the military, even if it is born, is going to fall down, you cannot run away, because it's acting on an order. But if it is a police, I'm not criticizing police, they are trying their best. If it is a police, why you run away and live there? That is a military for you. So it's because of protection, they have that intention to secure the country, to protect the civilian. And that is why they even kill their people there in Delta. So you cannot, when now things happen, like in Kaduna that you said, the abduction of children, have you seen they mention police? They only mention military. And that is why the military, the defense headquarters, tried their best to make sure to rescue the children. Because they are only talking about military, as if they are even the one. There is only security in this country. Okay. So you cannot compare. There are clear intricate between Nigerian Army and other security agencies.
Barrister Ali, I'll ask you again. Are you saying that the military are doing better and far better than the police, the customs, and other security agencies? Is that what you're saying?
Of course, yes. In terms of protection of the country. Protecting the country. Of course, yes. It's obvious. Everyone knows that. Like I told you, who is the victim now of the civilian? It's not the civilian that killed which agency that they killed? Which agencies have they been measuring their names? Security agencies that people in Nigeria have been measuring their name, that they are not capable, that they should be removed. Do you know how many times that they are saying they should remove service chiefs? All of them, specifically the defense, that they are not competent, they are incapacitated to do their job. So it's because of people put eyes on military people, and that's why military people are doing harder to be sure that this country is safe, and people not to have to be okay on what they are saying.
But then I remind you what you stated when we started, and you said that most Nigerians would like to say things that would water down people's morale. So if you look at the policeman and tell him that the army is doing far better than he is doing, isn't that going contrary to what you stated?
No, 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 no. What I'm trying to say is that I didn't say that. I didn't say that the police are not doing well. They are doing well, but when you, in comparison, army is better. Of course. You cannot say even your finger are not the same. There must be one that is taller than another. So because of I said military are better than police in terms of protecting the country, that does not mean police are not doing their work. Police, they are doing their work. Is it not the ID that went to the Kaduna? Immediately the first time that the abduction occurred, he went to Kaduna, but nobody put us on the policemen. They always people eyes is on military, Nigerian army. Nobody cares about when he went there. So he did his own best. They are doing their own best. But what I'm telling you, in terms of obvious, as in, it's clear, the clear expression between all the agencies. I'm telling you, army, Nigerian army, they are the best in terms of protection. They are doing their best.
All right, let's leave security matter. But before we leave, we'd like to get your last word to both the families of those armies that were slain, the 17 of them, even though we've seen how President Bola Ahmed Tinubu gave posthumous awards to them, scholarship, houses and all, but then these people actually died protecting the lives and properties of Nigerians. So let's get your last word to those their families, because I hear I hear the Chief of Army Staff say that some of these they are breadwinners, some of them their wives are pregnant and all of that, and it is actually a very big blow. So let's get your last word to their families and also to those who are still serving, because also some other persons will say, oh no, this is the end of my child going into the army. But then some other persons will say, no, regardless, my child will still be an army, either an army general or an army major in Nigeria.
The leader of defense, the leaders there in defense, also mentioned it, that they die, they leave their children and then their wives, like that. Armies are there preparing on to see how, even the Mr. President, to see how to handle or address the problem of that, to handle their family. So it's the government that, I'm sure, government, if they even said it, the leader, as General C.G. Musa, even spoke about it, that you'll be sure that the children and all the family of the soldiers that died or that demise, they are going to take care of. So they are preparing on that issue. They are preparing for that. They will address that issue very soon. Everybody will know what the military will do. They will not allow them to go that way, to allow them to suffer because of their husbands went to protect our rights, our lives, and then they die because of the protection of our lives. So I'm sure that they even said in the defense headquarters that they are going to protect the family of the deceased, the fallen heroes.
Okay, so my question is, if you have a family member who wanted to become or go into the defense headquarters, or decides, okay, I want to write the defense exam and all, I want to go into the army or the military, and then sees something like this and say, oh, okay, that has actually watered down my morale, what would you say to that person?
No, I encourage him. Of course, you have to sacrifice for your country. Everyone has, if it is his passion to be there, I will encourage him to be there.
That's the encouragement.
Nobody can die if your days are still you have not, your day, you are still remaining on the earth. Everybody must die. So since everybody must die, that does not make you to run away. Even if you didn't enter army, you would die at any time. So it's even better, Matsu, to go even and protect your country and die, so that you die as an hero. It's even better than to die as a rat. So everyone is there, his own passion. If his passion is to join the army, you want to serve the country, you want to give his own service, it's a very bad. There's no way I will advise him for him to be weak or to be watered down on what he wants to do. I will encourage him so that if he dies, we'll know that yes, he died because of society. At least he dies to protect us. So it's a proud for me to be saying that. So I will encourage him.
Let's talk about human rights matters.
All right.
We hear that where your right stops is where another person's right starts. So you should ensure that you don't do or say things that will trample on the rights of other people. So with regards, let's stay on freedom of expression and freedom of speech. as the case may be. You have people who would say things, especially on social media and off social media, and then other person comes out to say that it is wrong because where your right stops is where my rights start from. So let's would like to get your words to people, especially when they talk on social media. You really need to be careful with things that you say about people, because if you think that you have right to talk, then you're trampling on the right of another person.
Yes. Like I tell you, if you are under section 39 to 40 of the 1999 Constitution, you have right of expression and opinion. But in that right, there's a limitation to it. There's an exception or limitation to that right, under section 4 to 5. That anything that you're going to see or to say that will deprive the right of others, if you're not going to say in protecting the public, and that is why the law says that the section 4 to 5 that mention public policy, interest in the interest of the country, health of Nigerians. So anything that is going to say that is going to take away these rights, this is against the law. Even if you have you have the right of expression or opinion for you to exercise. So because of that thing that you're going to say, that's going to destroy the whole country, that's going to affect the country, because your life is not better than the country. So anything that you're going to say is going to affect the country, that your right will be taken away by section 4 to 5 that gives that those rights limitation. So in everything you say, sky is not your limit. There must be a limitation that you are saying. That's why you are exercising your rights. For instance, section 30, you cannot come and kill because you have the right to life. Then because you born your child, you committed an offense or you do something for you wrong, something wrong to you, you beat him. You started beating till he came because you are the one that born him. It's a lie. It's only government can kill him. That has a right to sentence him. Because you have you born, you don't have right to beating him anyhow to the extent that he will die or you injure. He can sue you, your child. So what you are telling is that the fundamental human right, as I said, under section 33 to 46, that give the High Court jurisdiction to ascertain or welcome any complaint of this right if enshrined or likely to be enshrined, then you can report to that court. Does not allow anybody to practice to exercise his rights anyhow the way he wishes, and that is why the 45 gives the limitation as to your right. So you cannot be saying something that will injure the public, that will injure the community. No, before you speak, you have to think and look at it. What I'm going to make, the representation that is going to bring it out. Is it going to affect the community? Is it going to affect the people? Is it lie? Is it not lie? This is what I'm telling you. People are using well. If you are following the social media, I'm telling you, you will not even like everybody in this country, because people are saying what they like, and that's why those ones that are saying this is the leaders, some of our leaders, some of our Muslims, religious leaders, that they will gather some people either in church or in mosque to be telling them, misleading people in such a way they will cause problem in this country. They need to be arrested for them not to do it.
Okay, so now we'll stay on that, what you just said, taking a cue from where you just landed. I read something about it's a season of fasting. The Muslims are fasting, the Christians are fasting. Either you're doing your Ramadan or you're doing your Lent, or in other churches they're having their 21 days or 40 days fast. We're actually in the season of fasting. But then I saw somewhere where you have people who are being arrested, especially in Kano State, where they say if you don't fast, then you'll be arrested. Is that trampling on those people's right?
You know, one thing with the religion, issue of religion, once you are a religion, I mean, you are either a Muslim or a Christian. If you submit yourself to a particular, religion, you are bound to follow that religion. What do you mean by that? In Quran is a primary book that we are using. If you say you're a Muslim, you have to do the fasting. If you cannot do the fasting, you want to eat, you can't eat in the public. You just go between you and God. But if you come out and be shouting, you know, do and be shouting, you can be arrested, because you are a Muslim unless you leave the religion, because you are bound by the rules and regulation of the religion. So you have to follow it by force, by fire, by force, unless if you say you don't want to practice the religion. So
you saying that we have the Constitution?
Practice your religion under section 38. They give you a right to
right of association. Yes.
No. 38 give you right to religion.
Yes, there's the right to religion and the right of association.
39-40.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So that 38 that give you right to religion, that does not mean say you should do the way you want. No. You have to do it in such a way to be protecting other people's right again. Right to religion means you can worship your shoe. That this is the person you believe that you want to worship. And the government cannot say, why are you worshiping? You can worship stone. The government cannot say, why are you worship? So you cannot worship that stone and be affecting people's right again. I don't know what else I say. You have to be bound within the principle, worship within the principle of that religion. But nobody says you should not worship. Say you should not worship, that is taking the right of religion. Do not do this. Worship, taking the right. But as to the affairs of that religion, you have to follow. You are bound by it to do it.
So they have every right to arrest whoever they found eating during fasting.
If there are no fasting, they're eating, unless if there's a problem. If it's not well, or there's something that's happening, like woman, if she's in menstruation, they don't allow that. She cannot do fasting. She will eat the things, but after the fasting, she will do it. She will do what she did not do. If she did two or three after Salah, now she will not do it then. So fasting is not between me and you. It's God. That is why the God Himself in our religion says, "I am the one that will give the maximum reward of what you are doing." But that does not mean you should be coming out and be drinking in presence of people that are taking it serious. You should be arrested. If you want to drink, go to your room. It's between you and God. Nobody knows. Nobody sees you.
All right, let's end this conversation. Let's get your last word to especially your Muslim brothers who are currently fasting and very soon will be looking forward to Salah.
Yes. So this is a very beautiful and one of the, blessed and, the most, how can I even describe it? Beautiful and blessed month ever in our religion. That is, anything you do in the Ramadan, it doubles its reward. If you do good thing, if it is 10, they prescribe in the Quran that it is 10, the reward is 10, then you get 20. So good things that we are doing, or that we are doing, it doubles. The bad thing that we are doing is still doubles. So we should love one another. Does not mean that if you're a Muslim, you're doing fasting during this Ramadan, you should cheat somebody that's not Muslim. No. If you cheat somebody that's not Muslim, that your fast is not there. So it's not just the doing fast, not eating that matters. No, the principles are there. Not insulting, not be gossiping. There are so many things surrounding the fasting. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to calm down and then follow our principles of of fasting. Then do all because for us to get complete reward from Allah. That's from God. Because it's only He that says He's going to reward. No one can give you a reward. And that is why there's nowhere in Quran or Hadith, in Quran specifically, that mention, I will give you 40 reward if you do fasting. No. God say, I will reward the person that do the fasting. So we should respect the holy month to follow the principle of the fasting. So that's my advice.
All right. Barrister Aliyu Anas Maigoro, thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time having this talk with you.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
All right, viewers, that's where we end this conversation for today. We've been chatting with Barrister Aliyu Anas Maigoro, who is a human rights activist and a barrister, a legal practitioner. It's been a wonderful time here on The Conversation. Like you've just heard, ensure that you respect other people's religion, respect other people's opinion, where your rights stop, another person's rights start. So ensure that you respect other people's opinion and religion or decision. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time here on The Conversation. And like I always say, remember, when you see something, say something, and we'll make the world a very better place for all of us to live in. My name is Annabel Orji. See you next time. God bless you and yours. God bless Nigeria.